and I never heard about it before. And I was like, I thought everybody was like me. Like I was mind blown. Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm here today to talk about my birth story as a second time mom. So I already have a toddler. He's 3 years and a half right now, and I have a baby that is now gonna turn 6 months in a couple of days, like in 10 days or so. So yeah, I wanted to talk about my birth story and how it happened. So basically, I gave birth back in October 2024 on the 14th, and my first born was in 2021. So the first time around, it was COVID time, so I was not working. I had plenty of time to check out everything I wanted to check. And I read all the hypnobirthing books and tried to get ready as much as I could, even though I didn't really know what to expect. To an extent, we don't really know what to expect, but I tried to prepare myself. And yeah, so the day of the birth, I think I started to have contractions during the night. I'm going to talk first quickly about my firstborn, and then I'm going to go back to my secondborn that happened last year. So the first time around, my first contractions happened, it was around 5 in the morning. I decided not to wake up my husband until the contractions were really close up. I don't know about you, but in the UK, I always been told by the midwives, please wait, because a lot of first-time moms, they call us or they come to the hospital way too early, and then we have to send them back home. And I heard that so many times. They were repeating that all over again to me every single time I had a midwife appointment. So I was like, okay, I'll make sure that my contractions are like 5 minutes apart or less. And I think 5 minutes apart or less, and then they have to have a certain length. I don't remember. I write it down. So yeah, I will make sure. So 5 in the morning they started. They were a little bit further apart, and then they come closer and closer. So I woke up my husband. It was maybe 7 in the morning, telling him, "Okay, baby's coming. I'm sure now." I mean, you feel it, the contractions. You feel that they are the ones. Like they're not Brixton Hicks contractions. They are the ones. I mean, I personally did. It was very intense, and I was using this app to measure, like to time the contractions and make sure that they were coming closer and closer. So yeah, then we called the hospital and they told us that we could come. So it was already like 5 minutes apart, and we took a cab. We arrived to the hospital, and basically it escalated really fast. So when I got checked, they told me, okay, you're 8 centimeters. By this point, I was on the floor of the hospital, like suffering, and they told me I wanted the painkillers, but they told me it was too late, and I had to give birth basically. So the good thing is it happened quite fast without complications, but I'm not gonna lie, the pain was intense. They proposed gas and air, but I don't know. For some people it works. For me, it just gives me headache. I don't manage to focus. Also, I cannot really breathe with my nose. Like I have troubles to breathe with my nose. This is another subject, but gas and air was really not working for me. So I refused and then just gave birth like that. So that was for my first. And in total, I think if you think from the first contractions, 5 in the morning, I gave birth around 12-ish. So yeah, it went quite fast. And by the time my contractions were really close by, it took like a couple of hours or so for the baby to be here. So yeah, I had like quite a straightforward birth, but I still had a little tear, but that was not too bad. So this time around, everybody was telling me, okay, if your first birth was so fast, the second one will be even faster. So now you can come as soon as you feel like the contractions are coming closer apart, you can come and we will assess you. So this time around, I didn't prepare as much as I prepared the first time. So the first time I studied all these hypnobirthing methods and so on. And obviously, I don't know about you, I mean, the first time around, it's not that I forgot about everything because I definitely tried to apply the things that I've learned, but it didn't work. Like, I could not focus on it. The pain was extreme, so it didn't work really. Um, so maybe it would work for you or for other people. It just didn't work with me for the first time. The second time, I didn't have time to read about anything, to even think about it because I was taking care of my toddler, working full time until the very last minutes. So I didn't have time at all. I just literally listened to a couple of videos on YouTube about hypnobirthing, and I heard one lady that said, okay, you should buy this. This is like a comb. And this is basically something that worth nothing. Like it's £3 maybe on Amazon. I will put the link down below. But they said, I mean, the lady said, I can try to find her video back. It's actually pushing on like acupuncture points inside your hand when you hold it that way. So if you hold it like that, it's pressing some like specific point. My explanations are terrible, but basically it's supposed to relieve you from the pain and to make you focus only on this, on your hand, and what it's doing, what you're doing with your hands. So you have all the little like curves to put your fingers in, and I was thinking, okay, I heard the explanations she gave, and I was like, I might as well give it a try. It's really cheap. Probably I won't use it. Probably it's not gonna work. But why not try? I'll put it in my hospital bag and we'll see. So after like 5 days, my first birth was 1 week late compared to the due date. This time around, after 5 days, I could not feel so much movement, so we've been to the hospital to get checked, and they proposed me to have an injection because it was already quite late, so I accepted. So the day after, on day 6 after due date, I went there, and they just made us wait the whole day to have the delivery room ready. They checked me, and I was already open 1 or 2 centimeters, so I didn't need to have the water broken. And so we just needed to have a delivery room ready. But we waited we arrived there in the morning, waited all day. During the night, I was actually praying for baby to arrive on his own because I was like, I didn't really want to have an injection. I wanted it to be natural and him to come on his own. So I was actually asking him in my mind to come, which he did. So around 1 in the morning, also, I started to have strong pain, strong contraction, and they were already very close together, and they were already quite intense. So I told my husband, baby's coming, please go get the nurse. I started to use my comb, and I was like counting, as in the video that I will post, because I will link, because I don't remember exactly how it was, but I applied what the lady said and I counted, and I was using the comb and I was like pressing it, and I was telling the nurse or the midwives, baby's coming. But because I could keep my cool somehow, like using these techniques, I don't think they took me so seriously. And I was like, I'd like the painkillers. And they told me, well, no, not yet. Like, let us check you out. But, like, take your time. We're going to come back. I'm like, no, 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 baby's coming. I'm telling you. And they were like, yeah, we're going to check that lady first and we're coming back. And obviously, they came back. I was 8 centimeters open. And yeah, it was too late. They told me, no, it's too late for the painkillers. You're already 8 centimeters. And they were quite surprised. And they were like, you're dealing with it, with the pain and with the whole thing really well. Like, you're staying super, super calm. And I was like, well, I'm just trying to focus, I'm just trying to. Anyway, So this definitely worked for me because I was focusing on this and it helped me stay composed, so I would advise it. Anyway, so yeah, then we went to the delivery room and again, it was quite fast. Everybody was telling me, how are you managing, like without the painkillers to stay so calm? And like, just they were telling me, come on, just scream, just like, it's fine. And the first time around, I was actually screaming a lot. But this time I was all right because I was doing the breathing techniques and using this. So yeah, it went quite fast. I think the midwives that helped me were quite new in the job, so they were not guiding me really well. Thankfully, I had firstborn, so I kind of knew what to do and that I needed to hold somehow, hold like you don't really know how to do it, but you just do it to not have a huge tear, tear. Uh, so yeah, I just actually had like tear on the labia. Tear or tear, I never know how to do it, to say it, I'm sorry. I had it on the labia, so it was not really good, not really nice, but they told me that they will sew it and that it will be sensitive for quite a while, which it was, but I mean, it could have been worse. Like, I'm so lucky to have had really straightforward birth, really lucky that it was so fast. But yeah, I wanted to talk also about something regarding the hypnobirthing. I think it can work for most of women, and I don't know if you're spiritual or if you're doing some meditation already. I think it will work wonders. I have a problem. I don't know if you ever heard about it, but my sister-in-law came at mine like a couple of years ago and she mentioned that she had it and I never heard about it before and I was like, I thought everybody was like me. I was mind blown. So basically it's called aphantasia and it means that when you try to picture something in your mind, to imagine something, you cannot see anything. It's like blank. It's black. I close my eyes and I see black. You tell me to picture an apple. I cannot picture an apple. I can think about things, but I cannot picture them in my head. And this is called aphantasia. And I think this thing, so I thought everybody was like me and no one could picture things. I was like mind blown. Like, I was like, are you for real? Like, you can close your eyes and you can see stuff. And this is something that, yeah, to that day I'm still thinking about it. How unfair is that? I mean, I did an art school and like it's so much harder when you cannot picture something. Like, to create is it makes everything harder. So yeah, good for me, I guess, that I managed to graduate. But I mean, anyway, this is just, I think, way harder for people that have aphantasia to just meditate or try to focus on stuff, try to see, I don't know, an ocean, try to picture something else. It makes it so much harder. So I was not really believing in hypnobirthing for me that it would work in any way because I was like, yeah, everything, it seems so abstract to me. But yeah, on the second time, the breathing techniques and focusing on this worked for me at least. If you want to learn more about aphantasia, I can talk about it again, or I will put a link below that explains better than I do. But yeah, that's just something that changed my life to learn that, like, everybody was different. Not everybody, but we are a minority to actually have it. Anyway, back to the subject of the birth story. So yeah, that was straightforward, that was super fast. So my advice would be, if you think it's coming, don't even wait. I mean, if you're sure it's coming, just go to the hospital. Like, because if I don't know, like, I could have had the painkillers, I could have I mean, it's controversial advice because all the midwives would tell you not to. But if I knew, I would have come way before to the hospital and would have been able to have the painkillers and yeah, to relax. Although this was super fast and intense, and yeah. Anyway, I did it twice without painkillers, so it's definitely possible. I'm no Wonder Woman, so you can definitely do it. But I didn't mind having it, and at the contrary, I was hoping to have it and to have like a smooth, easy birth. But no, that didn't happen. But at least, because you don't have painkillers, you can leave the hospital way faster. And I mean, I didn't want to stay at the hospital because my family-in-law was at home, my toddler was there. So we just like gave birth during the night, and the day before, I think at 4 o'clock, we just left the hospital. And it was pretty much the same the day after, on my firstborn, the day after we left as well. So yeah, apart from the fact that, I'm not gonna lie, that's not a walk in the park, but that's definitely a positive birth story. And I think I'm lucky as well, but I think if you go there with a positive mindset and you don't stress too much and you try to, as much as you can, like, be optimistic, it should get a bit better. Obviously, it's not everything. We never know what can happen. But at least that was my story. If you have any questions, feel free to ask out. I'll be happy to answer you in the comments. And we speak soon. Bye bye.